Another week, another trail run. It is 4:40 a.m. and I'm off to another trail run. Let's see how this one goes. Welcome back to another vlog. If you are new to these vlogs, and a lot of them start off with trail running because that is a lot of my life right now, and I chose to do a trail run that was hopefully a little bit flatter than previous just so I could get more laps in. Definitely failed at that. I'd planned 3 loops. This was the second lap that I was starting here, and I'd planned to do a little bit flatter so I can get more mileage in, but this ended up being a little bit more technical and steep than I had anticipated, and I definitely paid for that. By the end of the second lap, the sun really started to come out. And it's here in Phoenix, so the heat definitely started getting to me, and I was unprepared for kind of those effects.
Guys, I'm dying. I don't feel very good. Debating cutting it short. I got an hour left. I'm definitely ahead of my pace that I normally do, but I don't know if it's because I worked too hard, if it was an easier trail or what, but I'm cooked right now. I'm going to rest for a little bit at the car, the end of the second loop, see what I want to do. I put on this ice bandana, helping quite a bit, and I drank some actual water. Might have been overhydrating with salt, so I was starting to get a little bit of a headache. I'm just gonna drink a little bit of water for a little bit and back off on the electrolytes. I think it's gonna help. Done and dusted. That was tough. I was considering quitting at 2 laps, but I managed to get it done, get all 210 minutes done. Now the smoothie is perfectly melted, unlike last time.
Tessa's been experiencing some heel pain, so we had her checked out by a physician over at Mayo Clinic, who's one of our friends, so he's very gracious in doing that. Trying some new shockwave therapy, which I've never seen, which is pretty cool to learn about. So she got that done. We then visited the temple because it was one of our holidays, which was incredibly crowded. It's week 2 of fellowship. This week, I'm pretty familiar with the EMR. Now it's just starting to get the reps in to do a little bit more. So I'm probably going to have a little bit more responsibility. Still don't have my own patients or anything on my own schedule yet, so I'm still with other people, the outgoing fellows and whatnot, but should be a good week. Let's get it. Most of my weekly runs now are extremely early because they're getting longer, and I have to do them before work because it's cooler then, so I'm getting them done. I'm also really enjoying these Normatec devices at Lifetime Fitness where we go. It seems to help with recovery, not really sure with the evidence thus far, but they seem to be helpful. One of the worst parts about Phoenix is getting in the car afterwards. You have to put away your sun shield, and everything is just burning. You have the steering wheel's hot, seat's hot, it's just burning. You gotta blast the AC, and I hope that it cools down quick. Just recorded an episode of the Preventive Medicine Podcast. I'm bringing the podcast back. For those who are unaware, I started this podcast in medical school. I put it on hold in residency so I could focus on residency, but it's coming back. So I'm kind of batch recording episodes. I just talked with the interim dean for the School of Medicine at Oklahoma. They're doing some cool stuff over there. So if you're interested in the podcast, go follow @PreventPod and find the Preventive Medicine Podcast on YouTube. But stay tuned. It'll be a couple of weeks before these episodes are released because, like I said, I batch record them. But exciting stuff. Stay tuned. This weekend, I have 120 minutes of running, followed by 210 the next day. So it's a lot of running. Got to fuel up. Time to eat. Good morning. It is Friday morning. I normally go on my back-to-back long runs Friday and Saturday. So I woke up this morning at like 3:45 to get ready for my run so I can go before work. And it rained last night, so I was expecting it to be nice and cool. It was okay. Turns out the AQI was 250 though, which is not safe for running outside. So I went back to bed, haven't done anything. Woke back up walking Kyoko now. Instead, I'm going to do a long run back-to-back Saturday and Sunday now, which will be the plan, which we're going to go to a special place for that. We're going to do our first kind of road trip out of Phoenix, so stay tuned for that because it'll probably be in the next vlog. I think I've said it in the past, but this is one of the most annoying things about Phoenix is the people just don't seem to pick up their dog poop. And every morning that we walk Kyoko, there's this area which we call Poop Alley, which there's just poop everywhere. It's definitely disgusting, but definitely seems to help Kyoko poop. That's another week of fellowship down. We, like I said earlier, are going on a trip this weekend, but first, haircut. Much better. I'm gonna end the vlog here, another car clip. I gotta wake up early tomorrow to go run for 2 hours before we head up to our trip. So make sure that you are subscribed so you can see where we go and you are up to date with all the vlogs. I'm vlogging every single week for the next 5 years, so make sure that you stay tuned to see where life takes me, I guess. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.